What's up, gals and ghouls? It's Holly, your resident final girl and scream queen. Today, I just want to do a little casual chat about all of the things that I watched in the month of May. Yes, I know I'm a little late, but here goes. Got my little note that I have to keep referencing back to because I'm definitely not going to remember. Thank God I finally downloaded Letterbox a couple of months ago to keep track because I wouldn't remember. Oh, and my lovely co-star might be in and out. So I actually started off the month pretty strong with They Will Kill You. That movie, I went into it blind. I try to go into almost all movies as blind as possible. I didn't know anything about it, and I ended up being like so pleasantly surprised with that one. That movie was so good. It was like I'm trying to remember the reference that I used, but I definitely said it was kind of like a mashup between something else meets Kill Bill. It's kind of gory, it's super fun, it's comedic, it's cheesy. If you haven't seen it yet, I definitely recommend that you do. It also has a really good cast, which I was very surprised about. I didn't realize that Draco Malfoy was going to be in it. But yeah, no, so definitely give that one. I would give that one honestly like a 4 out of 5 stars. That one was a lot of fun. The next thing that I ended up watching was Tourist Trap. I want to say it's from 1980 something. I'm gonna have to insert somewhere. So that one, I think Tourist Trap had like a really great premise and idea. Execution may not have been great, but again, this is a movie from almost between 30 and 40 years ago. So I think had I been around back then and I had seen it, I would have liked it even more. There's a lot of like practical effects that go into this that make it really awesome. It's about a telekinetic slasher type killer. So right there, you're already starting out like very ambitious. And I think that was definitely really cool. I don't know why this movie doesn't get more attention, especially considering that we've got like other slasher movies that don't do anything new. They don't bring anything new to the table. And yet here we are, we've got a telekinetic slasher. And I feel like I've barely ever heard anything about this. I found out about this movie, someone from the Discord group who happens to love like full moon movies. I would definitely give it a chance. Keep in mind the year that it's made, but that one was also really good. The next thing that I watched, I did actually do a full review for. It was the Junji Ito Uzumaki anime adaptation of the manga of the same name. That one, that one has problems. If you watch the review, you already know what they are, but the biggest issue with that one is the behind the scenes issues going on ended up really affecting it. So the animation from the first episode was amazing. It was really cool. And then right from the start of episode 2, the quality just dropped like immensely. It was off-putting, to go from where it was in the first episode to where it ended up being in the second episode was horrible. I don't remember if the third episode was better. By the time we get to the fourth and final episode, it did pick up, but it just never really got back to where it was, which is unfortunate because, again, the animation was really great. Also, I have to say, this has to be like my least favorite Junji Ito story because when I was watching it, I remember thinking like, okay, we have a storyline going on in the first episode. Shuichi, the main character, his dad's kind of going crazy with these spirals and he's obsessed with them. And then after that, I feel like it's just a bunch of like random shit happening. That's it. It's just what else can we throw at these characters? Like, let's throw stuff at the wall and see what sticks. Like, that's ended up being how the story goes. Oh, I actually also just remembered. I watched the live action adaptation like right after this. Also in the Discord, we do a watch party. We ended up watching this. I kind of forgot to put that on Letterboxd. Anyway, I think I liked the live action version better. Now that I remember that I watched it, we're going to talk about that one too. I think I liked the live action version better. The body horror and the gore was kind of toned down quite a bit, I would say. And obviously, you can only fit so much of a manga adaptation in a short hour and a half, 2 hour long movie. I'm going to have to double check how long it is. But I actually thought that it was a bit more fun. I really did like the way that they adapted stuff. You know, I think I gave the anime like a 3.5 out of 5 stars on Letterbox. I don't know. What would I give the live action? I think I think honestly I might give it a 3.5 star rating also, and I know that that makes no sense because I said I liked it better, but that's what we're going with, and yeah. The next thing that I watched was Send Help. Again, I went into this blind. It didn't really pay off the way that I wanted it to. I actually really didn't particularly care for Send Help. There's, like a whole twist ending. It just wasn't my thing. It didn't work for me. I completely see why other people like this movie. I just don't think that it was what I wanted it to be. And I think that's a big issue that I'm having with movies recently. They're just not what I hoped they would be. So this one, if you've ever seen the show Yellow Jackets, you'll kind of understand the overall premise of this movie. It's just not as intense as Yellow Jackets, and it's only two people involved. So I don't know. I wouldn't watch this one again, to be honest. In preparation for my most recent video, the Sadako versus Samara face off, I did end up watching Ring from 1998, Ring 2, which I believe is from 1999, and Sadako, the Legacy sequel from 2019. I've already seen all of these movies numerous times, but it has been a couple of years since I decided to really rewatch them. I honestly forgot how much I enjoy those movies. I can't help it. I just love a little ghost girl. I mean, granted, Sadako's not a ghost girl, unless you think about Ring Zero, where she's split in half and technically she has a girl counterpart. Anyway, I forgot how much I enjoy these movies. And you know what? I will say Ring 2 from 99 is actually the superior film to Ring 98. It, first off, the main character is better. I won't say amazing, but she is better than the lead character from the first movie, because I am sorry, but the woman from the first movie is just hysterical all the time. And I get it. It's a crappy situation. But damn, girl, like get yourself together for 2 seconds so you can help yourself and help your child. Don't get me started. Anyway, Ring 2 really does a good job at kind of bringing the same J horror energy without being the same. They add new scares and new ideas, so it's not just a rehash of the first movie. If you haven't seen that one, I definitely recommend it. Obviously, go into this with like proper expectations. This is a movie, well, these are movies, but Ring 2 is a movie from 1999. It's not going to be something like you see now. Even modern J horror is completely different now. And then in regards to Sadako 2019, I think that one is actually a worthy sequel. Sadako 2019, I think, did a really good job at bringing the curse into the modern day. It's really hard when you have a concept that is based off of something, technology that is really not used anymore. We don't use VCRs anymore. I mean, I don't. I don't know if you do. I don't judge. So I think it does a really good job, especially touching on influencer culture and things like that. It really also does expand Sadako's lore a little bit more, but not too much, not in the way that Ring Zero does. But either way, it's still a fun sequel. No, it's not reinventing the wheel. No, it's not amazing. But you know what? We get an updated version of the TV scene, and that right there is worth it in itself. All right. The final thing that I watched in May was Backrooms. And you know what? If you want my thoughts on that, you are going to have to watch the follow up because I'm not going to spoil it here. What did you guys watch last month? Do you think I should do a recap of the things I watch every month? Let me know down in the comments. I'm Holly, and as always, thank you for watching. The worst co-host.